Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is July 19th, 2019. Shout out to my man Todd Mahar out there on YouTube. I chat with him on Facebook a lot as well. Thanks for the song request. A Tribe Called Quest Award Tour. Rest in peace, Fife Dog. So what's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well today, and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to look at three articles. One that really shocked me. Court declares Bitcoin legal in China, and they kind of categorize it as virtual property, which is a good way to think of it, to be honest with you. I look at it as virtual property as well, as an asset. That's what I call it, a digital asset. I can definitely see why they categorized it as such, but we're going to take a look at the details out of CCN about this whole decision, which is shocking, to be honest with you. While we got the US trying to clamp down on cryptocurrencies and stuff, maybe you guys can help me out there. I don't know. And the second article is out of the Bitcoinist, and it looks like Justin Sun has yanked Jeremy Allaire, who is the CEO of Circle, to join him in this charity lunch with Warren Buffett. It's coming up, actually, I think at the end of this month. So let's see who else he can get for this charity event. I haven't heard any other names that I know of other than Charlie Lee. But they really need to get Andreas Antonopoulos. Like, it's so crazy that he hasn't even attempted to reach out to Andreas. And to me, that just lets you know how connected, or disconnected, I should say, Justin Sun is to the core values of what cryptocurrencies are all about. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, just my observation. But for him not to even reach out to Andreas Antonopoulos speaks volumes in my book. Third article is also out of the Bitcoinist. What happened to that GEMINI dollar? Supply is down 92% year to date. Looks like no one is really using this darn thing. We'll take a look at some of the details on this and what may be behind the low circulation of GUSD tokens. So before I get started, though, I want to give a shout out to my channel sponsors. We've got BitcoinConfidential.cc. Check those guys out. They have an improved version of Proof of Stake Protocol, version 3.0, with added features. And also SmartCash.cc, faster than Visa and MasterCard. And we're voted #1 cryptocurrency in Brazil in 2018. And then lastly, we've got Moon Lambo. Purchase your crypto apparel at moonlambotees.com. If you go there at checkout, use the word CryptoBlood10 to save 10% on your purchase. Let's check out this market today. Slightly down at the moment, but we had a huge rally over the last day or so. Whale came out of nowhere, and I'm going to get into the particulars on this on the chart, but Whale came out of nowhere and manipulated us above that critical area. I'm going to show you guys how we were not looking good from a technical standpoint until that move up. So Bitcoin's down 2% to $10,385. Ethereum is down also at 2.6% to $218. EOS down 4% to $3.94. And Litecoin back below the $100 handle to $96.40. So let's take a look at the chart right now on Bitcoin. And as you can see, guys, I told you in my last video, I said if we don't see a close above this line, I needed to see 4 to 8 hours worth of closing above that. And guess what? It just kept trying and trying and trying, and then we dumped. And then out of nowhere, people, we shot up. I'm calling manipulation. See, manipulation goes both ways. So it's not just down. Like, you know, you hear all the noobs talking about, manipulation. They come out of the woodworks when they're losing money. But when they're making money, no word of manipulation in their sentences at that point. But yeah, that's where we are. We pop back above that. So this now becomes an area of support for us. 3,800. Though it looks like we're fading. It does look like we're fading. Just do a trend line at this point. Just kind of get some orientation as far as where we are with things. Could do something like that, and this actually goes through, if you look here, kind of goes through that line like that. So kind of got a channel of trend lines here that we're playing off of, and as you can see, Bitcoin bounced off the top side of that right there, this one. I'll change the color for you so you can really differentiate the two. But yeah, so we may do something like this, just to be honest with you, channel in between here and then do a breakout or breakdown. I mean, it could go this way. If you were to ask me, I would almost say downward, just simply because this move here seemed artificial. That move seemed artificial to try to save the markets from heading lower, because that's really what it wanted to do. Markets wanted to head lower at that point, and it was saved by a big buy order there. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one, but that's what's going to ultimately happen, and that should happen by this evening. And again, this trend line is still in play, though, as far as being an area of resistance for us, just like it was right here. The algo was able to take short here and cover an hour before this pop, so that was cool. We were able to get out the way of that, and yeah, we'll just have to see what happens here, people. So first article out of the Bitcoin is, what's happened to Gemini's dollar? Supply is down 92% year to date. It says demand for Gemini Exchange's native stable token, Gemini dollar, has dropped significantly over the last 7 months, while other pegged value assets continue to soar. And it says here that the market capitalization of the dollar pegged token has been on its way down since December 20th, 2018. It has slipped from an all-time high of around 103 million to only $7.9 million at the time of this writing, making that a 92.25% drop in just 7 months. The same period has witnessed the Bitcoin price soaring from 3,100 up to 10,000 by more than 230%. So as you guys can see here, this blue line is the market cap, and as you can see here, it just dwindles all the way back down to where it is now, only 7 million, almost $8 million. And the article says that in contrast, other stable coins are faring far better than Gemini's dollar. Paxos Standard token, for instance, has a market capitalization of circa 168 million. At the same time, Circle's USDC is towering high at a supply of circa 406 million. Last but not least, the leading stablecoin Tether has a total quantity of 4.25 billion at press time. So Tether, for those that think Tether is dwindling away, no, it makes up the majority of stablecoin markets. One thing I would say, I don't know if this article really talks about this, but I remember reading about Gemini dollar and how they were actually holding or not allowing people to redeem their GUSD tokens for real dollars because it was like too much and they were closing their accounts. So hey, that may have something to do with it. If you're going to be closing my account because I'm trying to redeem too much, that can make people a little uneasy. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I do remember that. Article goes on to say that competition is a killer. In comparison to its peers in the United States, Gemini Exchange noticed less trading traffic on its platform. Data provided by CoinGecko shows that the Winklevoss twins firm is on the 21st rank in the last 24 hours with just $60 million in daily volume. Coinbase Pro, another U.S. regulated entity, is hosting about $602 million worth of trades on its exchange. At the same time, San Francisco-based Kraken Exchange is processing $340 million worth of trades. I don't like Kraken's interface, never have, and probably why I never even looked at it. The absence of an adequate competitive edge could be one of the reasons why the demand for the Gemini dollar could be dropping. As a dollar-pegged entity, the token allows traders to switch between crypto assets smoothly without having to convert their cryptocurrencies to US dollar. As it appears, not many traders demand GUSD, which could be due to Gemini's presence in a strictly regulated financial market. That's what regulation does. It stifles growth. It creates more costs that's eventually passed on to the end user. Regulation is bad in my opinion for the most part. The problem is, in history, it shows us you've never seen regulation stop. at a certain point. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse till the whole system collapses under its own regulatory frameworks. And all above, it says even the traders outside of the Gemini exchange are not keeping many Gemini dollars in their profiles. The community believes it is because of a rebate program Gemini introduced at the time of the launch of GUSD. The firm offered trading companies its stablecoin in discounts in hopes to reduce Tether's market dominance, but it appears those companies exchange stockpile of discounted GUSD units 1-to-1 for Tether USDTs and other stablecoins, thus earning free money. Wow, didn't know about that. I don't know. I just thought this was a pretty interesting article to see that their stablecoin is not doing as well as maybe they planned. It's definitely dwindled in demand, and it's one of those things, like I said, you don't trade the token itself. It's more used as a way to get back into a fiat currency and lock in profits for many traders out there. So it's not like there's any benefit in holding long term, or the ecosystem around these stable coins is what's going to have to drive demand to use it, honestly. So what do you guys think about the Winklevoss twins? Do you think they're going to try to ink a deal with Zuckbucks over there, try to be some type of preferred stable coin for Libra if that ever gets launched, which I don't think will? So I don't know if that would be a good strategy by the Winklevoss twins, but hey, the rich are going to keep getting richer. They're definitely positioned well within the Bitcoin and crypto community. So even if this doesn't take off like they may have planned, I'm sure their portfolios will still do so. But the next article is about Justin Sun inviting CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, to the Warren Buffett luncheon. It says Allaire will join Litecoin creator Charlie Lee and the Tron Supremo in trying to sell notorious Bitcoin skeptic Warren Buffett on cryptocurrencies. That's not a strong panel there. I mean, Charlie Lee is great. He's kind of been there at the early beginnings. But if I had to pick someone, and you guys let me know, chime in the comments below, if I had to pick one person, it literally would have to be Andreas Antonopoulos. Like, I would say Max Kaiser, but Max was scared Warren Buffett and probably make him have a heart attack. Just straight up. So the article says that you may be forgiven for thinking that the Tron founder has been a bit quiet of late, but Sun excitedly announced to the world that he had spent $4.6 million to secure a lunch date with the legendary investor in early June. A week later, he was pledging to take all the leaders, in quotes, from the cryptocurrency world along for the ride. Sun gets to take up to 7 guests, which many were thankful for, as it would take a few more thinkers, quote unquote, apart from himself to sell Warren Buffett on cryptocurrencies. In mid-June, Justin announced Litecoin founder Charlie Lee. And so yesterday, Sun tweeted that he was inviting his quote-unquote good friend. Everyone's good friends. I don't think these people really know Justin Sun like that. And CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, being such a good friend, Allaire graciously accepted. He said, "Hi, Justin. I would be honored to..." Okay, first, ain't no good friend responding to you with "Hi, Justin." Anyway, he says, "Hi, Justin. I would be honored to join you and Warren Buffett next week to discuss crypto. Count me in. Crypto is now a major global policy issue, and there is a great deal for Mr. Buffett to understand and for us to learn from him as well." Allaire is just the sort of industry leader that Sun needs to convince Warren Buffett of the merits of cryptocurrencies. Circle is notably backed by Goldman Sachs, which is just the type of corporation Warren Buffett would respect. Allaire has also been vocal in calling for a unified global approach to cryptocurrency regulation, warning that restrictive U.S. policy is chilling innovation. I have to agree with him there. However, it says Mr. Sun had better get his skates on if he's to fill those last 5 places. The lunch is scheduled for July 25th at San Francisco's Michelin-starred Quince, so he has less than a week to get more industry leaders on board. I'm just wondering, man, has he even, who has he reached out to and they said no or have not responded? If he had not reached out to Andreas Antonopoulos, shame on him. but I don't know why he, meaning Andreas, would not accept that offer if he was. The last article of CCN says that courts declare Bitcoin legal in China as a virtual property. Goes on to say here, China is not a Bitcoin friendly country, as it has taken a slew of measures to kill the flagship cryptocurrency, which include imposing a blanket ban on all its initial coin offerings and shuttering crypto exchanges. But the latest order by Hangzhou's internet court suggests that owning Bitcoin is not illegal in China, as it gave the flagship cryptocurrency the status of a virtual property. Chinese court says Bitcoin is property. The Hangzhou internet court was conducting a trial in a Bitcoin property infringement dispute. It came to the conclusion that Bitcoin be treated as a virtual currency. It says, I think it may mean property because it carries value, is scarce, and can be used as a means of transferring value, as reported by Beijing-based magazine. Responding to the court's ruling, an official of the People's Bank of China told Chinese daily newspaper that indeed Bitcoin is virtual property, but it's not fiat money. The court's ruling and the PBOC's clarification makes it clear that owning Bitcoin in China is legal. The government's treatment of crypto exchanges, barring ICOs from the country, and looking to turn the screws on Bitcoin mining in China indicates that there's still a long way to go before it can become a Bitcoin friendly country. And it goes on to say, from banning Bitcoin mining to finding a way to ensure that people can't buy it, China is potentially gearing toward the launch of its own cryptocurrency. The country's central bank has reportedly sped up the development of its own cryptocurrency to ward off the threat of Facebook's Litecoin. This is, man, I mentioned this in one of the Litecoin videos I did as well. So enthusiasts in China shouldn't get carried away by the Hangzhou and Shenzhen court rulings, as the cryptocurrency is not making a comeback anytime soon. Of course, you can still buy the cryptocurrencies using peer-to-peer platforms such as local Bitcoins. So I just wanted to give you guys that heads up on that ruling. I don't think it personally changes anything because they still make it very hard for you to purchase Bitcoin in China. So as far as demand, I don't think it's going to change yet. We have to see those issues loosened up, those policies loosened up, where mining can come back in and people can buy through exchanges with no problem. Once that happens, then you'll see another boost and how it was prior to 2017. You know, Bitcoin was mostly being bought by China before 2017. But yeah, we'll have to see. That's one play you could try to bank on, though, them loosening the grips. If at any point, I don't know, you know, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. I personally see them, as the article talked about, starting their own cryptocurrency before they loosen the grips on Bitcoin. We'll have to see what happens here. Let me know your comments and thoughts about this whole situation with China. And that's pretty much it, though. Todd Mahar, my boy on YouTube. Thanks for the song request. A Tribe Called Quest Award Tour. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And click that bell. Share this video, all that good stuff. You know the routine. I'm out of here, people. Holla.